Hey guys, and we're back again with another content for the Ragnarok. In this video, we'll be exploring another upcoming alternative second job class that will be introduced on the next patch. The tutu job class that I want to highlight is the Sage. Sage is the alternative second job for the mage class, specializing in magic attacks and has the ability to auto-cast elemental bolts with their normal attacks. They are also the bane of wizards, which prevents them from casting AoE attacks from a certain area. Again, before we get started, I want to let you know that I'm playing on the Taiwan server where the text is in Chinese. We'll be using an image translator app to assist us. Keep in mind that the translations may be a bit rough, but they should still make sense. I'll also provide extra explanations for each of these skills to help you understand them better. First, let's take a look at the weapons that are applicable for the sages. There are two recommended weapons that a sage can equip. There's the one-handed staff and the one-handed book. For the one-hand staff penalty, it's all good since it can deal 100% damage from all sizes of monsters. For the one-hand book penalty is 100% on small, 100% on medium, but they are weak on the large monsters with 50% penalty. For starters, I recommend using the one-handed staff for the utmost damage, and it also has the additional weapon cast, which reduces your casting time. If you want to be an auto bolter, you can use the one-handed book for more attack speed, and will be able to use the auto cast skill, which will trigger elemental bolts when normal attacking. Now let's check the skills. First, we will look at all the passive skills. Here we have the advanced book. When equipped with a book, it increases your physical attack and it also increases your attack speed. Next, we have Dragonology, which gives you intelligence stats and additional damage to dragon monsters. And then the free casting, which lets you walk while casting a skill with a reduced move speed and attack speed. This passive skill makes the Sage OP because of its hidden mechanic. I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, but here I'll show you why. Here we have 0 level of free cast. In the auto skill, we will just use the Soul Strike for example. Now let's use the auto. Notice the cast delay before using the Soul Strike again. Same as the wizard. I think it has 0.8 seconds delay, right? And it will fully perform the attack animation. Now we will try adding a skill points on the free cast. Level 1 is okay. You don't need to level this passive further because it will just be the same. Same auto skill, we will use the Soul Strike. And now let's do the auto. See that? I'm sure you've noticed it easily. The cast delay became much faster, and if you also notice it, they are not performing the attack animation now, which gives so much delay just like the wizards. In PvP and other scenarios, you can also do it like this. It's pretty crazy, right? Especially in PvP where you are chasing someone while firing those Soul Strike and elemental bolts without delaying your movement speed. Very broken. Next, let's check the Sage's active skills. First, we have the Magic Rod. It has a 30-second cooldown, 2.5 second casting time, which is reducible by dex, and SP consumption is 275. The description is not so clear, but I assume it negates incoming magic attacks within a small amount of time. Next is the Spell Breaker. Kinda useless. It has 1 second cooldown, 1.5 second casting time that is reducible by dex, and the SP consumption is 50. Can only be used if the target is casting a skill. It breaks the casting and absorbs a certain amount of SP while also dealing half the amount of the absorbed SP to deal damage to the enemy. Cannot be used on monsters, and upgrading the skill reduces the casting time. Next is the spell. It has a 10.5 second cooldown, 2 second casting time that is reducible by dex, and SP consumption is 25. Consumes 1 yellow gemstone. Has a chance to remove all the buffs of the target, but excluding the food buffs. Next is the cast cancel. It has no cooldown, has no casting time, and the SP consumption is 10. Cancels the spell that you are casting and restores your SP. Next we have the auto spell. It has no cooldown, has a 3 second casting time which is reducible by dex, and the SP consumption is 265. Can only be activated when equipped with a book. When performing a normal attack, it has a chance of triggering random elemental balls to the target. Keep in mind that the auto balls will still consume your SP, and it is 3 times the SP cost. Moving on, we have the Endo Weapon. The first one is the Flame Launcher. It has no cooldown but has 3-second casting time that is reducible by Dex, and the SP consumption is 280. Consumes 1 red blood to enchant a weapon of you or your party member with Fire Element. Also increases physical and magic damage for 180 seconds. Next is Frost Weapon, same as the Flame Launcher, but this one consumes 1 crystal blue to enchant weapon of you and your party member with a Water Element. Also increases physical and magic damage for 180 seconds. Next is the Lightning Loader, same as the others, but this one consumes 1 Wind of Verdure to enchant weapon of you and your party member with a Wind Element. Also increases physical and magic attack for 180 seconds. And the last Endo Weapon is the Seismic Weapon, same as the others, but consumes 1 green life to enchant weapon of you and your party member with Earth Element. Also increases physical and magic damage for 180 seconds. Now we go to their domain skills. First, we have the Volcano. It has no cooldown, has a 3-second casting time that is reducible by Dex, and the SP consumption is 280. Consumes 1 blue gemstone to cast a 7x7 fire element field for 50 seconds. All players stepping on the domain will increase their fire attribute damage and increases their physical and magic attack. Ice Wall cannot be cast inside the area of Volcano and cannot be overlapped with other domain skills. Next is the Deluge, same as the Volcano, but consumes 1 blue gemstone to cast a 7x7 water element field for 50 seconds. Storm Gust damage is increased by 50% inside the domain, and the water ball range is increased by 3. Cannot overlap with other domain skills. Next is the Violent Gale, same as the others, but consumes 1 blue gemstone to cast a 7x7 wind element field for 50 seconds. All players stepping on the domain will increase their wind attribute damage and increase their dodge rate. Firewall damage is also increased by 50% inside the domain. Cannot overlap with other domain skills. And the last one, definitely the best domain, is the Land Protector. It has no cooldown, has a 3-second casting time that is reducible by Dex, and the SP consumption is 280. Consumes 1 blue gemstone and 1 yellow gemstone to cast a 7x7 magnetic field for 10 seconds. During the period, it eliminates all traps and ground area skills. Also, it prevents players from casting AoE on that field. And then they have the offensive skills like the Earth Spike. It has 8-second cooldown, has 1.2-second casting time that is reducible by Dex, and the SP consumption is 110. Hits the targeted enemy with an Earth Element Spike. Technically, this is a stronger bolt spell using the Earth Element. And for the last skill is the Heaven's Drive. It has 5 seconds cooldown, has a 1-second casting time that is reducible by Dex, and the SP consumption is 70. Hits every enemy in a 5x5 cell with an Earth Element Spike. It's like an Earth Spike but small AoE. For the early game, I'd still prefer the caster type Sage than the auto spell build because its range, lower cast delay with free cast, and then more weapon cast speed using the staff. Now, if you want to do the auto spell build, then you might want to save for the agility cards and get more attack speed from the card album. From what I guess, this is much stronger in the late game, but yeah, you still need to have at least 350 attack speed to enjoy this build. If you find this video helpful, then please leave a like. Also subscribe to support my channel and stay updated on all my upcoming guides and tips for this game. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe and have an awesome day. Lights out.